Welcome to the knowledge series. Here is with the topic on easy way to basics of LaTeX. We are going to see the introduction under this particular first series. Followed by this, you will be seeing the various series of LaTeX, and there you will be coming across different chapters. So let's see what exactly this particular introduction is going to narrate. Documentation is basically the material that provides the informations to serve as a record. And it is a written specifications and instruction, especially using a computer program or hardware. On the other hand, a professional documentation is the basic guidelines to navigate the pattern and commands of the record. And basically, documentation is the prerequisite need of modern world for communications. So let's see this series. Here is the book on LaTeX, that is a beginner guide to professional documentation by Dr. Swapna Kumar. LaTeX is a book on a beginner's guide that shows the complete informations related to the LaTeX, and this is being published by Trinity Press, and it is available in Amazon also. The book covers the basics and self-explanatory with several examples, and there are 18 chapters that illustrates the concept of LaTeX documentation. So you can go through the book for more understanding. LaTeX. LaTeX is a documentation tool, and it is considered to be strongly in the engineering as well as in the academic area, where it is being considered as contemporary higher learning institutes, where these documentations need to execute for preparing the records. The figure that you are witnessing, in the earlier days, before the computer evolutions, authors would prepare the manuscript either by hand or by manual typewriter, and thereby it tried to publish the materials. But in the electronic days, this human procedure is being replaced by the computer program. As you can witness on the screen, the Microsoft is a developer of the desktop processing software, and it is available in various nearly 35 different languages, having a different versions. So you can see Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows Vista, Windows XP, like that. So these are the basic professional processing software which is being widely used in various applications. But when we talk from the academic platform or from the professional documentations in the academic world, then LaTeX plays a major contributions. So what exactly this LaTeX? Let's see that particular terms. LaTeX, LaTeX, is we can start with TEX. TEX is an abbreviation of technique, and it is a Greek word where T stands for tech, E stands for epsilon, and C for chi. So tech is basically not an English word. It is being pronounced as some people pronounce as tex, some people pronounce as a tech, and tech is the first syllable of technica. LaTeX, this was released in 1989, and This could not been successful during that time because of the low processor computers, and its speed was low because of the 8-bit character. And with the development of the high-speed processor, like a personal computer, the tech package development also took a way for the further development and in a different versions also. So today, if you look across the text studio, the version is 3.0.1, which was released in February 5th, 2020. So basically, this software, LaTeX, is a programming language, and that verifies the line by line corrections of the documentation structures as well as its formatting also. To understand more about this one, you can see on the screen also, it makes the document beautiful. That means all the mathematical expressions, all the figure, everything, it will be appearing very perfect, and it is being widely used in the scientific as well as in the research communities, and that is very actively used even by the publishers. And it is having a powerful presentations whenever it is being produced in the form of a printouts. The original author, that means the developer of this particular package, the major contribution was started from Donald Knuth, and that is Donald Irwin Knuth, and followed by Leslie B. Lamport. They are the one who contributed for it. Let's see their photograph. Donald Irwin Knuth, born in January 10th, 1938, is an American computer scientist and mathematician. Donald Knuth was a professor in the Stanford University, where he developed the tech basically to improve the quality of mathematical notation in his book. For that purpose, this development took the initial phase. And when we see the Leslie B. Lamport, Leslie B. Lamport was born in the year 1941, February 7th, and he was an American computer scientist, and worked at Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Basically, Leslie Lamport, what he did was he worked on the platform of the Donald Knuth. That means Lamport proposes a simplified versions of a tech that Donald Knuth developed, because tech was developed by Donald Knuth. And because it was finding a little difficulty by the users to do the documentation, so he worked on the top of Donald Knuth work, that is the tech, and based on his development, he presumably put LA on the front side of tech. Thereby it become LATEX as it shows, as it pretend to his name as a LaTeX, and thereby the LaTeX as well as the tech both evolved and contributed a lot in the current scenarios also. Let's see the block diagram of the LaTeX. Now, when you see the block diagram of the LaTeX, you can see the input file, macro packages, text, output driver, and output files. That means once the text file is created using a LaTeX, the markup will automatically read and produce the final document as a LaTeX. And particularly the LaTeX document is a plain text. That means you can how you are viewing on the notepad, how you type and how it appears. In the same way, the LaTeX files also written in the form of a notepad. and this latter document in the plain text file containing the content of the document with additional markup. And when the source file is processed by macro packages, it produces a document in several formats. And LaTeX natively supports DVI and PDF packages, as well as it produces many other softwares. And by creating PostScripts like PNG, JPEG, etc., you can view the final outputs. So that is how this particular block diagram with using a TeX or a LaTeX, you can able to see the packages in the form of a DVI or a PDF. Let's see how you distinguish between the words, Microsoft Words and LaTeX. So to understand the difference between the Microsoft and LaTeX, you can see the various content. The one is a processing speed. So that means in the case of a Microsoft Word, the processing speed is short and relatively it is a simple document. But it is not too slow, but we can consider it as a simple document. But when you see the LaTeX is basically a slower, and its output generations is based after writing. That means when you want to run the LaTeX document, it is a line by line. It is going to see the error, and thereby it is going to execute it. Moreover, when you see the graphic process, Word becomes slow when the large when it processes a large text with graphic. The program break the process while writing. But when you talk about a LaTeX is faster while using the content, and it execute fast. Ease to use. Word is easy to use and produce simple documents with reasonable layout. However, the automatic numbering, link and citations, it requires some time. On the other hand, LaTeX it provides a professional layout, and automatically it produces numbering, link and citations. So that is well structured. Quality layout, word type setting quality will be good if it is properly documented. And LaTeX is using a high standard customizations. Scientific tools. Word does not provide as a default scientific features. Rather, need to purchase separately if you want to use it. But LaTeX is an open source, provides the most commonly used features. Cost. User need to spend software cost for word processor, and it is a commercial software. On the other hand, LaTeX is free of charge. So that's how you can see it's one side it is an open source, another is a proprietary type. Now let's see some of the other components of on the software. How the software and what are the software that is being used to run these particular packages. Now every software has a two part. One side it is a compiler part, and another side it is a editor part. So that means compiler type, you can see there are two things available, TeX and MikTeX. So these are the compilers, and what the compiler does is that it runs the program. On the top of it, the editor program software runs. So that's why that makes the things simple. So you have to you can go to different browser, and you can download for the MikTeX. And MikTeX, suppose assume that the MikTeX you are downloading. After downloading the MikTeX, you have to run for its installations, and it takes certain time period for installing. In the similar way, you can also try for the Tech Live also, any of the compiler. And the description is typesetting system for the Windows OS, and this provides a more security than MikTeX. There are two types there. So once the compiler is completed, you are having a different type of editors available, like a TextWorks, TextMaker, TextStudio. So that is a separate package. That package is, once you download, it runs it runs the on the top of these, and thereby it produces the either the text or in the form of a text work. So here for a very simple understanding, let me show you how the text look like. So this is how the text work editor window you can look like. This is just like a plain window. You can see assume as it is like a notepad. On the other hand, you can see the another type of window, that is, this is a Text Studio. On the other hand, this is a Text Studio. You can see here written this is a text work. On the left side it is written. So Text Studio is also having a similar you can feel the way how you can able to on the one side you will type, on the right side it will be appearing like this presentations is being shown on the right side, and on the left side you can see the structures that is being shown. So this is how it is being referred as. So these are the editors window. Just I was talking about TextMaker, TextWorks, and TextStudio. And TextMaker, you can use it for a Linux window, and TextWorks you can use it as ID for text LaTeX, and TextStudio is also ID for the LaTeX. These are the website from where you can download, just like how you have been seen in the previous case about the website of the compiler. Same way the text website of the editor also. Let's see the certain advantages. So the advantages is that the output that appear from the LaTeX is a professional touch. So that's why it is having a decent appearance in the materials that is being produced at the output of the LaTeX. It is a standard for the scientific documentation, processing, mathematical, and all the different academic segments. Meaning based structures rather than appearance. This is a very important component. You have to understand how when you distinguish between the LaTeX and as well as when you distinguish between the window, there is a particular term that is being we will be using. In the LaTeX we are using WYSIWYM. That means what you see is what you mean. Whereas in the Microsoft we are using WYSIWYG. That means what you see is what you get. So that is the meaning of the appearance. So how you are looking for that mean is what the LaTeX indicate, and it is a knowledgeable and helps the user group because it's open source. So you will be getting lot of materials from the website, and it is a free platform, independent. Disadvantage is that since it is a coding programmed base, so initially it takes some time to learn, but the way you learn, the way you have been you come across the material that makes you easy to understand. So this is a platform where you will learn in a little easy way, and thereby you can able to do a self study to become a master in the area of LaTeX. And this is a learning curve, that is it is a gradual process of learning, and customizing is tedious. That means if you are thinking a default structures, from there also you can do it, but doing a customizations just like in the way of windows, here the customizations, if you do, you will not able to learn, but you can able to get the output only. But when you learn from the basics, it takes some time. So that's why it takes a time for building up. And moreover, to do a structuring on just like how you do in the window in LaTeX, to do that one is a little tedious, but you can do in a long way of learning. Finally, handling error in LaTeX is that, as I have told earlier, is that LaTeX do a line by line corrections. So line by line corrections of a documentation structure and formatting is the basic LaTeX documents, how the document preparation is take place. In case of error, it stops with an undefined control sequence. It will pop up this message. So it is very important to handle or to fix that error, so that it will not prolong for a later part. So fix them as arise and start debugging. That means you type the document for a certain line, then run it and see if it is there any error. If any error is there, you fix it. Otherwise, it will be a tedious in the later part. If there is a multiple error, start tracing from initial. That means if you don't fix the error in a short span, when you write for a large number of program lines, and thereby if you are tracing the error, then those error which was arised earlier, it will be creating some other form of wrong informations, so that you will not able to understand where exactly the error lies. So it takes a lot of time to debug it. So that's why LaTeX is basically user friendly, because it is giving a line by line corrections, and on the other hand you can able to handle it in an easy manner by getting exposed and by doing a self coding with respect to this programming tools. So with this few information on LaTeX, let me conclude here, and you will continue the process with the rest of the series. Thank you.